Lango, Acholi and Teso are among the regions that were ravaged by various forms of violence, but attacks by the Lord's Resistance Army, led by Joseph Kony, was devastating. It left many residents killed and displaced. Among the many losses suffered during the insurgency was livestock, which was looted by the attackers, leaving many owners of cattle, goats and sheep with empty kraals. Since all these events occurred with the NRM government in power, the victims began putting the government to task, accusing it of failing to provide adequate security and legal protection. When their demands failed to yield results, the victims, through their associations, took the government to court seeking compensation. The government recently decided to negotiate with the leaders in the affected areas, and it was agreed that each family in the affected areas should be given 5 cows, as the court order is not easy to implement, especially at this time when the government is running out of funds. Yesterday, Vice President Jessica Alupo said the government has secured 80 billion shillings to start the compensation process.
The progress currently, or the current information about that program, is that 80 billion is available to commence the restocking. And that 80 billion is going to be spread across Teso, Lango and Acholi to start the agreed position of 5 cows per household in the 3 regions.
However, despite the funds, Alupo said there was still work to be done to select the right people who should receive the compensation.
A directive has already been issued to all the cows of Teso, Lango and Acholi to start identifying the beneficiaries who will commence the program with that 80 billion Uganda shillings. In the financial year 2026-27, resources have been allocated for the continuous implementation of that program.
FDC President Patrick Oboya Moriat said it was regrettable that the government had decided to proceed with compensation of only 5 cows out of the thousands that were lost.
Actually, what the people of these affected regions are asking for is compensation. The actuals, whatever was taken away needs to be given back to them. Out of, neglect of government, people lost livestock and lives. Human lives, and we would like to be given back these cows and sheep and other forms of livestock. The government has decided to continue in the line of restocking, and so I think there has to be a distinction between restocking and compensation. Compensation is paying for what was actually taken away, and in the case of Teso, it's way beyond 1 million cows that were taken away at the time.
The best they would have done is they should get out to treasury promissory notes, hand over to the families with interest-bearing promissory notes. Other than that, you cannot tell me, because if I get my promissory note, I can go and cash it in the bank. The bank can wait to get it from government.
The move comes as people in Teso, Lango and Acholi have threatened not to vote the NRM if their cattle are not compensated before the January 15, 2026 general election.